Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Discord. Hope everybody's doing well today. If you're joining on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. If you're part of the community, you already know we got love for you and we're ready for a great trading day. So let's check out right now. We're looking at the ES. We're gonna get right into it. So ES, our open price today's right here. So right off the bat, I see that we're currently red on the day. We're below previous day low, but again, something else I notice is we've been able to continue higher. We are in a bull trend. So can I find some support or demand below this previous day low? We'll have to see. Let's see. Let's mark out those previous day high and lows, previous day lows, previous day high. We failed. So something I want to point out, guys, is yesterday we had an inside candle. So look right here, this candle, this is our Wednesday daily candle. It failed to break the previous day high, and it failed to break the previous day low, so it gave us an inside candle. Now when this happens, a lot of times traders will look for a breakout of one of the directions for that to be our trend. It'll look for maybe a breakout of this candle's low, and then target this next candle's low, because now this is our range now, because this is what helped form this inside candle. So now what we could do is I can mark this out with, let's see, we'll call it our range high, and we'll call it text range-ish H, so that's our range high, and style, we can make it like, I don't know, I'm trying to think something, I guess pink, like the opening price, and then we will copy it, and what we could do is we could come over here, hit clone, and now I don't have to do a new price level, I could just change that range H to range L. No, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Hope we're ready for a great trading day. I know I am. Now, that range low marks up with that weekly high, too. Now, if we look at the weekly time frame, I'll show you what that high was. So this major high right here, which is also, I had a strong key level lineup right in there, too. So I'm not going to extend this out, because then we're just drawing way too many trend lines over there. I'm just going to be aware that this range low is super strong. Now, what I'm going to do at this point, because I just did this analysis on the daily time frames, I'm going to go to the lower time frame, even 6 hour, 4 hour, and I'm going to see if I can find any demand zones. So right away, I noticed that I already had marked out a 2-hour demand down here. There's 1500 cons on ES at 5300. Why is that? Let's see. 5300. This is NASDAQ. Let's see. ES 1500 cons. That'd be crazy. At 5300? Maybe 5900, did you mean? 53, like 600 points away, Leo, you let me know. But, so here we have, let's see, let's go down to 3 hours, see if anything's developing on the 3. The one thing I do recognize here on the 3 hour is if we are able to get back above this previous day low and close, which will happen in about 20 minutes, then we might just continue higher and create a 3-hour demand zone right here off of this zone. Yellow AR, I don't see, for 5300, I mean, that's like 600 points away. I wouldn't really be too concerned about that. I'm not even sure where or how you're finding that information for 5300. Looking down here, bookmap wise, I do not see any resting orders down there. But Joe, if you want, shoot me like a message or a screenshot or something like we did the other day on on X. Guys, that's a good way for communication too. If anybody doesn't have Instagram, I am on Twitter. Not too often, but I am on there. It's Wall Street, WALLST Kevin. I gotta come up with like a good username. So this zone right here, guys, this was our broken supply. So check it out. We broke it as supply. So then I flipped it green. And check it out, works as demand now. Now, again, sort of in a tough point. Gotcha. It does look like, let's see. I'm trying to see. Okay, this was our low volume shelf that I had marked out on ES. We could delete that. We don't need that anymore. We caught some beautiful shorts yesterday, guys. We freaking almost top ticked those shorts. That was amazing. So what happened? We ranged bound up here. We pushed lower. We have low volume down here. I'll be looking for a reversal somewhere down here with buyers. So again, let's see if maybe market opens and we want to push into this broken supply zone one more time, which again is now a demand zone. If sellers are really strong and we just start dumping through no problem, then I might want to look to see if we want to move back to this 2 hour. But what we could also do is we could check equities, see where equities are at. If we have more equities leaning to the buy side, I'm probably just going to go with this long position up here. Let's see. Let's see. Meta below previous day low. Microsoft is range bound. Tesla's range bound. Nvidia's range bound. Amazon below previous day low as well. Wow, look at that. And so is Apple. Guys, these are things that are leaning more bearish, right? More of a bearish sentiment. So because of that, again, yes, listen, we're moving up higher right now, but I'm going to be patient until that bearish sentiment either turns around or starts flipping more in my favor. Now, we could use something like edge full, and we could find where our gap fill price is, and we could see our odds of a gap fill. Because right now I'm looking at our gap fill right over here, and it's funny, it might not be this gap that you guys think it would be. It's in fact the gap from the 4 o'clock close. So you would look at the 3:45 candle, because that closes at 4 o'clock, and you would go to the 3:45 close if you're on the 15-minute time frame. That's going to be right here. So this is our gap price. Now our gap price at the moment is only about 0.26% away. So let's mark this out as our gap, and we're going to check edge full and see what are the odds that we fill this gap. ES gap fill, go to report. And New York session, great. And past 6 months, 50% fill. And if we go by custom, not customize, choose sub report, we could go by size. And we could see 0.26 is this one. Gap down fills 82% of the time, guys. Yo, what's going on, Sam? Good morning, good morning. So it looks like this gap filled 0.26, but if we start moving lower, so this is up to 0.39. So up to 0.39. So let's take our gap fill and measure from our gap fill price and measure to 0.39% of the way down. So right here. So we would need price to open when New York session opens somewhere above this price level for this gap fill to be high in our favor. Now again, if we close up here, or I'm sorry, New York session opens up here, somewhere up here, and we start continuing, we fill that gap, I might look to see if sellers want to step back in the market again, because what happened yesterday, guys, buyers failed numerous times, and every time sellers were able to take some strength and momentum, we did have some pretty strong and violent moves. 20-30 point range is a very small range on something like the ES nowadays. So the question is, do we get back up there and then have a super strong break back to the downside? That might be something I'm looking for. Let's get back. Where were we? 15. Now, this is the point of control from yesterday, right? So it's not today's point of control. We could drag it to see today's point of control, see if we do have anything of interest, but I don't see anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it on yesterday's point of control. And let's just see, 6 o'clock. Now, I also want to see the 45-minute, because on the 45-minute, yo, Fairchild, good morning. The 45-minute is where I have our weekly volume profile. That's this one right here, and I just want to make sure it is, in fact, up to the right week. May 11th, perfect. Powell speaking right now, too. That's also something to be. Trade with Kev. Yo, Random, you're a GOAT. That's it. That is it, man. That is it. I have a broken pen on my desk. That's it. Trade with Kev. I'll make Instagram and X that. IG.
What you do?
That's crazy. That's a good
You
name.
trade, and people trade with you. And you want people to trade with you.
Dude, that's true. I was trying to get away because it's Kevin.futures on Instagram. And I'm like, all right, this is great because I do trade futures and whatever. Everybody's Kevin trades or something like that. I hate that. It's like so unoriginal. Brandon trades. This person trades. Everybody trades. But yo, trade with Kevin. I like that. Or trade with Kev. That's a cool one. Let's watch it be taken. If it's taken, I'm reaching out. Oh, not available. I'll have to reach out later. Alright, let's see. Alright, so ES, again, we were looking at volume profile now. Now, at this point, guys, if we are looking at this weekly volume profile, check it out. We have volume profile a large volume shelf up here between 5900 and about 5925, and then another larger volume profile shelf between like 5860 and about 5823. So again, we have some support down here. Right now we're sort of in the middle of nowhere in regards to where's volume right now, so really not looking for any trades over here at the moment. 15-minute, this had our volume average up here. So again, if I was looking for a position down here, I'd be looking for longs to target back inside the supply zone up here. Or look for maybe this zone down here, because this zone already confirmed to hold as buyers. And look to see if we can find some support. Let's check the NASDAQ. Let's see. I was looking for a break. Look, this was part of yesterday's plan, but because the day has passed, you know, we have different information in the market. Now we can look for our next trade setup. Let's see. So we start on the daily on NASDAQ as well. Mark out that previous day high, previous day low. Now, NASDAQ did not have that inside candle that the ES had. So, you know, it is a bit more bullish in that sense. Got to be aware of that. It did just hit a daily fair value gap and started to hold. Let's check the 4-hour. I don't really see much. 3-hour. Nothing's really developing over here. 2-hour. So what I'd like to see, guys, is I'd like to see some support down here. If I don't see any support either over here or down here, then there's a good chance we do want to sell off. But I'm going to keep an eye. Let's see. I want to see what this blue level is from back here. This worked as a resistance, and now it might work as support. So I might keep this one. Let's see. This is a broken supply zone. I do want to delete this. We broke it once over here, and then we broke it again over there. So I don't want to keep that anymore. Same with this one, this one. Now, it's funny. This one, this supply zone right here, right, worked as resistance. Then we got over it. We haven't retested it for an imbalance or reclaim. But odds are pretty slim that we do want to pull back that far. So we're going to keep an eye, guys, and be realistic with where price is right now today. So let's check that 1 hour. 1 hour, we do have a little bit of resistance right here on NASDAQ. Supply, 1 hour. Let me make sure also that we are on good. We're on B adjust, so our drawings should be accurate. And guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure you run that like button up. We'll keep the stream running today. That's 1 hour. Perfect. 90-minute. Not much. 45. And again, I'm not seeing. We had a rally like crazy, and that's great. But I'm not seeing any area that we sort of took the time to base and build support before we went higher. Not even like a 15-minute, a 30-minute, 45. Again, just sort of running through them to see if I could find a higher time frame demand zone down here, again, to show that there's good structure behind this bull run at the moment, because again, I'm still bullish on the market overall right now because of how things have sort of changed in direction of tariffs. But, you know, pullbacks are possible, and pullbacks happen very often in the market, and they have to happen in the market because a lot of times the market has to be tricking people out, right? Something I wanted to mention, something I thought yesterday was the New York session, right? New York opens, we get our New York session. That first half hour, that first hour, that doesn't dictate direction for the whole day. Don't get caught up. Trade with K, that's cool. I like Trade with Kev. I'm probably going with Trade with Kev. I'll see who has that one. But as for not having support down here, I would probably keep this blue area right here. I'm gonna make this green. So I know that that's going to be my support area. Make it like a yellow, because I don't want to make it green, because then I'll be questioning myself if that's a demand zone or not. So we'll keep it yellow, because it's our area of interest for today on the NASDAQ. If we're able to break below 21,179 and start to move lower, could possibly see 21,0335. Be about 150 point move to the downside from where we are right now. That would be about a 250 point move to the downside. Take a quick stab at gold right here. Gold on the daily has been selling off. It's been breaking previous day lows. It's been trying to continuously close red. Right now, what's cool is we filled that gap. That's no longer a gap. Delete that. Previous day low, previous day high. What's cool with gold right now is it's currently above its previous day's low, but it broke previous day's low, and it's currently above its opening price. So if gold were to close red today, and we could check Edgeful for the stats of that, previous day's range, we'll go to gold. Yo, Pal, say anything of interest, or is he just rambling, trying to save himself? Do daily session on gold for previous day session. And it looks like when we break previous day's low, we have a 73% chance of closing red. 73% chance, guys. So now what I would want to do too is I want to check by weekday. And I see that, okay, well on Thursdays, we have an 82% chance of closing red here on gold. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick screenshot of that. We're going to publish that out. I like that analysis on gold, so look for some shorts today if it does want to reverse. I do want to mention, however, this daily supply zone, this is a strong area of support. Now, we broke that and tried to reverse, so now what I would do is I'd look at the lower time frame, see if we created any demand zones. Well, I do see we came into this demand zone down here. I'm sorry, this broken supply, and we created an hourly basing. So I see that hourly, but I want to check the other time frames, make sure I'm not missing anything else. Nothing on the 4 hour, 6 hour, 2 hour, just that 1 hour right there. Anything 30 minute, 45, nope, nothing. So I'm just going to mark that out on the 1 hour. Be demand. We're going to be keeping an eye on this for gold. Now again, we're going to probably be looking for shorts today though, so we could be a little patient. But this demand zone, we have our basing, we have our impulse, and we already have continuation. So if gold does want to reverse from down here, that would be pretty interesting. We can take a look at gold one more time. Let's see the 3 hour. I want to, you know what it is? I want to clean up the chart, get rid of any broken demand zones we no longer need, any broken supply zones we're not using. Let's see. Like this demand zone, this is broken, and then it hasn't been retested. So, you know, if gold wants to turn around, I could possibly see us come back up here. Hey, what's going on, Brett? What's going on, my man? Alright, let's see, guys. Let's see. So it's funny. Gold has that 82% chance of closing red. Today's Thursday. Well, let's check performance by weekday on gold. So, okay, well, it looks like Thursdays are actually one of the strongest days, if not the average strongest day. It has a 1.19% return on gold on green days on Thursdays. Now, if I want to look at Thursdays here when we're red, 0.95%, that's the third strongest. So really, it seems like buyers are very strong on these days. Performance by week. Let's see previous previous day's range one more time. And I want to see streaks. Okay. All right, that's fine. So we're going to be keeping an eye, guys. I do want to see if gold wants to reverse here and trap some sellers. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that's gold. We could check our volume profile and stuff too on gold. Let me make sure. Let's put this back on the 45, I believe. So now my volume profile is only visible on the 45-minute time frame. I figured that would give me 2 of them. We'll delete one of them because I don't need 2 of them. And we will drag, this one is from yesterday. I want to drag that to Sunday's open, so right here. So this is now our weekly volume profile on gold, and I see that when we push lower, we're trying to get back within this volume average range. So because of that, I am going to be looking to see if gold wants to find some support today and keep moving higher. Now, something else that might help with that bias is the fact that if ES and Q markets are feeling a bit more bearish, or we had some type of economic news this morning, we had building permits, housing starts, and we do have Michigan consumer sentiment at 10 o'clock, guys. Beware of that. Don't be in any trades. When 9:59 comes around, get out of all trades. You do not want to be in anything when something like Michigan consumer sentiment comes out. It will get very volatile. Trading the zone, that's a cool one. I had one at some point. I forget what it was. But we'll circle back. Alright, so that's the 45-minute. That's the weekly volume profile. Now, if I do want to go to the 15-minute time frame, perfect. It does have. This is yesterday. Now I want to drag it to today. 6 o'clock. This is our current daily. Okay, well now I see that we have some low volume shelves all in this area down here. So if we want to pull back on gold, I'll look to see. if we could pull back within this area down here and find some support. So right over here, guys. My comments getting erased. Yo, are they low AR? That's weird. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are all doing well, ready for a great trading day. What's going on, Kurt? Hello and welcome. Shane, what's up, Shane? A lot of new faces lately, man. I love to see it. Alright, let's see, guys. I really want to see gold now on, I want to see if we have a demand zone down here. I don't see any demand zones. I don't even see any fair value gaps for an imbalance that we could use. Nothing on the 15-minute, nothing on the 30-minute. We could check the hourly. Nothing on the hourly either. So there's really no support at that price level right now. They don't want to see the... Yeah, AR, I see your stuff. Let's see. So that's what I'm looking for on gold. We can take a quick look at oil as well. And right now at this point, we're really just waiting for market to open. Probably going to be trading the NASDAQ and ES again today, guys. We've been killing it on NQ and ES. Absolutely amazing. So let's go back to oil. Now, oil's got a pretty strong area up here around 62.60. Now, if we want to check Bookmap for that, I bet oil's got some sellers up there. 62.60. Oh, no, look at that. They don't. 60. All right, good. Good. What do we have, 61.50? Right where we are right now. Well, let's do our time frame analysis from that recent area. See if we have any supply zones. I don't see any supply zones. And, in fact, something I do see... Let's check it out. Here, guys, on the 15-minute time frame, we kept making these lower highs. But when I see a whole bunch of lower highs stacking up like this, like chopping its way in one direction, we've been chopping our way lower, creating a lot of lower highs. I see these as liquidity levels because a lot of times people who are trying to take these short positions, they're taking the shorts and they're saying, okay, I'll stop out if we break that recent pivot. Now, no matter where they're getting short, if they get short somewhere over here, they're saying, okay, I'll stop out at that recent pivot. So there's stop orders sitting at these levels, right? And we're also able to check Bookmap when the time comes and we start getting closer to those levels. Right now, 61.78. 78, not seeing much passive sitting right there on crude. I do want to make sure we're on the right contracts for crude. I do believe so. Are we on N yet? Does anybody know or have access to volume per contracts? And let me know if crude oil, if we're on M still or if we're going to N for Nancy.
And Thinkorswim says...
Go fish.
We are on M, Mary.
Mary, okay.
We're still on Mary. But there's actually more volume on N, Nora. So it's probably going to roll tomorrow.
Yeah, no, it does. It rolls tomorrow. Yeah. It rolls tomorrow. Switches Friday 16.
There's only 5 days left in this contract.
Alright, guys, here's that spike there. Right while we're watching crude. I want to see crude's volume profile. I don't think we checked that. It's a 45-minute. Oh, we got to update it. Good morning, guys. Yeah, well, AR, man, I see your comments on YouTube. You're good. Let's see. I want to put this Sunday open right there. Perfect. See, that's sort of bullish looking, but that doesn't mean we have to go bullish. I like that we just swept those levels. We do have 15 minutes, though, for the 5 to close. No, we have 13 minutes for the 15 to close. Excuse me. We're finding some support. CVD did spike with that large move right there. Was there any, not contract change, but was there any, I guess maybe Powell might have said something. I think Powell's speaking right now. See if gold did anything. Nothing of interest. I'm going to add an alert right here on gold. Something I do want to do, hold up, let's get rid of this. This should be on the 15-minute only. Great. Now I wanted to see this range volume profile. So I'm going to take my anchored volume profile, put it at the low right here, and that's going to show me now where some low volume shelves are. Right here, a little trick, right? So I want to see if we can pull back into this price level and then reverse. So look at this is a lower time frame, sell side liquidity, and it's lower time frame because if you went on something like the hourly, you would not see, this would not be a pivot, but it is when you're on something like the 15 or the 5. So it's a lower time frame liquidity sweep. I'll look for that at an area that we have low volume, so I do want to see if that wants to work in my favor. And let's do visibility on this one, only on the 5 minute. Awesome. Let's see, this is NASDAQ on the hourly here. Now we created this resistance area. I'll add an alert right here, see if we want to break that recent hourly high and continue lower. If we don't, check this out guys. On this hourly, we do have our basing right here, and I'll draw that out with our rectangle tool. And because of that, we might get our sell-off, and I'd look for continuation for today to the downside, right? Remember, I mentioned earlier that we've been moving higher. This was a very strong bull run, but with this bull run, we didn't really create a demand zone down there, so I really want to be extra patient on that. Let's see. Right now we're stuck between support around 21,243 and resistance around 21,331 on NASDAQ. Alright, this is going to be what we're working with today. Let's see. So, 1. This is zone 1 we're going to be trading off of, right? So either 1, we come into zone 1 and we find some sellers and we're able to take some shorts. 2, we get into zone 1, we break zone 1, break previous day high. Then what I'll look for is a retest of that zone 1, so then supply becomes demand, and I'd look for a long there, and I'd look to target new high of day. So that's how I'm using that that supply zone right up there. This supply zone, however, that we broke yesterday, we started holding it as support. So I'm going to keep it for now, but I'm going to fade it a little bit so I know it's not as important or accurate. So let's see. Check the NASDAQ. Not much going on right there. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Let's extend this one to the right a little bit, because that was a fair value gap from yesterday that did not get tested the whole day. The market just rallied yesterday. When markets rally like that, they leave strong imbalances. People aren't able to get filled on that run. People not meaning me and you, but people meaning institutions, large orders that matter. And we got to know when they're filling, when they're not filling, and where they're filling. And because they're filling towards lows and highs, if we're able to break these lows and get back below maybe 21,179, we might be able to move back towards maybe 2,100 key psychological level for support. So now we're going to create our trade plan, guys. And I think I want to start doing this. I was doing this for the longest time, guys, where every morning I would pick one and I would do a quick little breakdown on it. And I feel like that's super helpful. And I was doing it mainly because I know some people can't make it in the mornings. So to give them an example of my breakdowns, what I was doing, which was even more in-depth than that. It's been a little while. It's been a couple weeks. Crude oil. Oil, I'd like to see a reversal. Yada, yada, yada. This is this, this is that. And then some edgeful stats. So we could roll, we'll just do the screenshot with NASDAQ and our trade plan today, right? So let's, oh no, I only have one on there. I'll put 2 over here because this is also another price level I'll be keeping an eye on, because when I looked at that volume profile, let's see, we have low volume down here. So that tells me sellers aren't really stacking up down here. Volume isn't setting up for sellers. So there's a good chance that we want to sweep this and push back higher. So let's see. Alright, so that's what I'm looking for on NAS today. Going to take a quick screenshot of that. We're going to do our write-up on it so we know what we're looking at and what we're looking for. So the NASDAQ, NQ, NASDAQ. We have been very bullish since Trump announced the China tariff deal. However, yesterday we ran into some resistance. So I'd like to see if we can hold area 1 near 21,331 for sellers. But if we break it, I'd like to see us break previous day high and retest the supply zone for longs. Alright, like a nice basic simple write-up. Just what I'm looking at, how I'm interpreting the charts, how I'm reading zone 1. Okay, great. Alright, so what was zone 2 I was looking at? For key level 2, 21,179. I'd like to see if we could break pre-market lows with weak volume and reverse back higher. Alrighty. That's sort of near 21,200 too, also key psychological level. So let's see, I'd like to see us break the pre-market lows with weak volume. Alright guys, give me half a second just to run this up, post it out. Let's see if we get area. Alrighty. Cool. Sarah Connor watching you use AI for everything. Hey, I wasn't using AI for that. I was using the voice thing. The voice to text or whatever. Where is it? I was using voice to speech, so I don't have to sit here and type it all out, or else we'll be sitting in silence for quite some time. Alrighty. What do we got, guys? We're trying to move higher right now. Look at the NASDAQ here. This is the 30-minute time frame. We'll bring it to the 5. I was looking for sellers to step in around here, right? My zone, my area 1. My area 1. My area 51 for sellers. Let's check NASDAQ here on Bookmap. And right now, look at the CVD. I'm sorry, the session volume delta. So this is our current order book. This shows where the passive and limit orders are sitting. This is the session volume profile, which shows the volume that was already hit in the market, and then session volume delta, which is the same information as the session volume profile, but it does the math for me. It divides it and says, is it a negative delta at this level, or is it a positive delta at this level? And that helps give me an idea. If we have mainly sellers like this, that tells me that there's a good chance I should be looking for shorts. There's a lot of more active sellers in the market at these price levels. Let's see, gold. I'd love gold to pull back. I have this price level marked out. I know my gold chart looks a little messy right here. Let's delete this. We don't need this drawing anymore. Could delete that. We have this demand zone that formed. Not really much else, just previous day high and then this liquidity level that we're looking for. Alright guys, we're waiting for something to happen here. We're waiting on gold, we're waiting on oil. Oil's rejecting these levels I had marked out. What was this for? I'm trying to think what was this for. Let's delete that for now. We're not in any positions. We're just staying patient. China. The tariff deal with China. Easy profits. That's funny, man. Alright, let's see. Waiting on NASDAQ to hit that level, waiting on ES. So ES sort of the opposite situation. ES I wanted to move higher, but this gap fill and this open price, I wanted us to find rejection and resistance up here too. So if ES could find resistance and Q could find resistance, I'll look for these short positions. Guys, give me like 30 seconds. I'm so sorry. I gotta grab a water. Thirsty, man. All right. We're being patient. We're waiting on it, guys. Fairchild, Lil AR, Brett, if you're still in here, anybody on YouTube, you guys let me know if you guys taken any trades so far today, or if you guys created your trade plan. Make sure you guys, this time is to help create our trade plan. It's not to sit here and be bored or sit here and try to take every trade we see. It's pre-market. New York session hasn't opened yet. ES and NQ haven't had their substantial amount of volume yet. Really no reason to try to force anything on ES and NQ. Me personally, I like to trade the gold and oil pre-market sometimes if they're trending nicely. Because a lot of times the volume doesn't really matter, New York session or not, for them. Lil AR, I'm looking at your, let's see. What do you think? CME analysis. Let's see. Well, AR, if you're still up in here, no trades, good stuff, man. Good. Gotta be patient. That's weird, man. 1,500 lots at CME light. Yo, I got the same ES. What data are you using? I wonder what data. Yeah, market's pretty muted right now. Not much is going on. Did a quick MNQ with that earlier pop for around 100. Good job. Nice job. Alright, guys. Let's see. Good morning, guys. Trader Nana, what's going on? Good morning. Tony, Siva, Shane, what's up? Ryan, Preacher. Yo, Polto, what's going on, Polto? How's it going? Hope you guys are ready for a killer day. Moonshift, how are you hanging in, man? Fantastic. Alright, guys, let's see. I'm just waiting here. I'm waiting to see. Also, I'm looking at the what's it called? The weighted index over here. And weighted index is going to be opening below its previous day's low. So again, a lot of things equity-wise are looking a bit more bearish right now. What I want to know, no, probably not. So guys, what I was going to do is I was going to throw a volume profile from this high. And obviously, I was going to say the high to the low, but that's not the well, it would be if it was the fixed range volume profile. But I'm using the, let's see, so fixed range volume profile would show you if you want to see from here to here how the volume was traded. That's not really going to give us that helpful of information unless we're doing it on like a full daily session or higher. But anchored volume profile will show you the volume profile from wherever you mark it to the current price. So if I mark it from these highs over here, what I was looking for was low volume shelves in this area, but remember, as before I put it down, I immediately was like, nah, we're not going to see it. The reason I said that is because I saw we had this sell-off, right? And if we just had the sell-off and we continued, we would have definitely had a low volume shelf. But we had the sell-off, we pulled back and consolidated before continuing. When we pull back, consolidate before continuing, that consolidation, that pullback, that gives the market time for price and volume to enter the market, right? So volume enters the market when it has more time at those price levels. Therefore, we're not going to see that. Would you be able to record a market? Oh, cool. Awesome, guys. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Gold looks strong today. Let's see gold. I know gold does look strong today. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, gold on that daily. And remember, guys, if we do stay bullish on gold, we're going to be trapping a lot of sellers. Because right now, and I covered this on Futures Fever yesterday with gold being at the bottom of its range right now, we might hold this, right? And a lot of people trying to sell gold. Listen, we're closer to all-time highs than we are to a, not a reversal, but a correction territory on gold. Oh, actually, 10% off the highs? Okay.
We just rejected yesterday's New York's open on gold.
Nice, nice, nice. Do you have an indicator that plots those levels, or you plot them yourself?
Like me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just it's on. You could get them on TradingView. It would just be like New York range, London range, that kind of thing.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like you have an indicator that you have on your chart.
The one I use, the cleanest one, because it's plain. It's called DRIDR or something like that. Somebody gave it to me.
Cool.
Let me find the exact name. But it is the best one. It's like super, super just crisp and plain.
No, that's cool. I was asking because it's funny. I always look at it differently, right? Sometimes I see it as marking previous day high, previous day low. You should be marking it yourself. It's just two price levels, and it'll also give you an idea of the previous day's range. But then I also think sometimes an indicator is useful because if you don't have the time, like for my equities, I don't have the time to mark out 12 more levels. This would be very time consuming. So I have indicators for that. But that's cool, man.
Right,
That's
right.
cool. Guys, 10 minutes till market opens. There's one called Sessions. Yeah, I've seen Sessions. It's funny you mentioned that one. I made a video on that one. Come on now. Come on now. Nice rejection on oil up here at these highs. Take a quick look at that. But look at that. It still has more buying delta on oil too. Right now it's coming into this demand, this area of interest and VWAP, and it looks like, look at this too. 61.49 was a very strong level of resistance on oil. Now we came into it 61.49 and we're trying to hold it as support. 61.49 is right. 49 is right there. So that would be our area of support on oil if we're able to hold it, guys. Indicators, so let's see, the indicator that Moonshift mentioned, the one that I made a video on, is called Sessions by Lux Algo. That's a pretty good one. What that does is it'll mark out the sessions for you. So some people, what they'll do is, especially ICT concept traders, is they'll look for like an Asia low, take out Asia low, go take out London high or something like that. I'm sorry, Jay pointed out the Lux Algo one. But so they'll look for like London high to be taken out or New York, previous day's New York session. So now if I scroll back, I could see New York is right here in this orange box. Well, New York on crude oil, the close on New York, or at least the low of New York, is all the way up here at 62.78. So we're below that previous day low. So the question would be, do we want to continue lower? A trick with the indicator too, same thing with the, like I do with the, what's it called? Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. There we go. The visibility. You could turn the visibility off like the volume profile tool, so it's not always in your face. I'm looking at crude here on the daily. Looks like we ran through a lot of liquidity down here. If it does want to hold, this might be a really nice like pullback down here on oil. But yeah, that was the sessions indicator. Did I delete it from my chart? I think so. I don't know, man. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Let's see, what's up, guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Charlie Mike? Learning. Hey, good. I'm glad, trader. Nana. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. But hello and welcome. Hope you are learning. If you have any questions, definitely let us know. Don't fall for any fake Kevins, guys. I will not message you asking you to open up a broker account. Definitely not. Do the one-on-ones. That is it. You got it. What? What's that? Alright, let's see. I like oil trying to... I almost want to try oil longs here. If it wasn't so, like, strong to the downside. Oh, here's the sessions indicator. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna wait for oil and see our reaction on oil here, guys. If oil does want to hold, I will look for longs. If this 5-minute closes green, I'll look for longs on oil. Let's see. What'd I say? That 49 was a pretty strong level? Where's our low over here? Like 45? 44? This is fake. Yo, no joke.
Don't fall for the fake one.
Don't fall for the fake one. No way. Ain't no way. I'm not taking oil here. A lot of resistance just built up. I wanted to see the volume profile on oil. Where is it? 45. There it is. A lot of volume picked up at these price levels right here, and it hit us lower. So let's see how we want to trade off of that, guys. UNH lower still. Damn, that's crazy, man. UNH has just been dropping, hasn't it? Oh my goodness. Wow. UNH. Oh my. Yo, 278. It's opening at 278. This thing's just dropping and dropping. Talk about a short. Wow. It is nearly... Well, at open. If it opened right here, it's over 55% to the downside. There's only one Kevin. Yo, Brett, I like that, man. That's true. There's only one OG Kevin. But, yeah, no, Brett, we were talking about in our community, Bullish Bears. If you join our community, bullishbears.com, you get access to our Discord community. And unfortunately, with Discord, they have a very, in my opinion, weak, what's it called? Defensive policy, like blocker, whatever it is. They're horrible when it comes to scammers, right? Anybody could join a community and then open a new Discord account and then take the information from one and, display it on the other. So, unfortunately, that's sort of in all Discords. I was looking at some point to see if there were any other options for Discord. There was this one thing called Circles. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. Circles.io or Circles AI. I don't even know, man. But I was trying to figure something out so that we don't deal with that anymore. But hopefully they get a little better. Let's get back to some gold, some futures. Yeah, Wonder One UNH yield helps build a floor. I know, right, man? Yo, Brett, are you in any UNH? Or are you just spectating on it? I'm thinking, first off, the volume's really picking up, too. So, a lot of volume, a lot of downside price action. I'm thinking maybe we want to see that 250 key psych level, but we'll have to see. It's going to be a real tough point. Yeah, oh, okay, good. I'm not good. I'm not glad you're familiar with the scammers, but it's crazy, man. These people should get a real job. If they put that much effort into a real job or into learning how to trade, they'd be geniuses. Alright, guys, market opens in 3 minutes. Don't forget, guys, make sure you're journaling your trades. If you don't have a trading journal, I do have a free one available for you. Go to tradingpioneers.net. This is my coaching site. I do offer one-on-one mentorships and whatnot. But if you go over to resources, this is where I have a little bit of a rundown of Benzinga, Apex, Bookmap, Edgeful, TradingView, the resources that I like to use. And then I also have right here Trading Journal. This is a free trading journal for you guys. Journal your trades, whether you're journaling the full day, one trade at a time, whatever the case is. It's a really good journal. It's one page is one journal. I'll show you guys how the format is real quick. Market opens in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. A little trading cheat sheet, then trade information, risk management, trade analysis and outcome, and trade review and lessons learned, guys. Very important, very good stuff. And when you start journaling every day, I know it might look like a lot, but once you start reading each one, exit price, trade symbol, entry price, very basic answers, stop loss level, target price. Basic answers, right down here's what matters. The trade review and lessons learned. Review of trade success or failure. Analysis of what went well and what could be improved. And ideas for future adjustments or modifications to your strategy. This is how you're going to be able to see consistency in getting better, right? Our goal of trying to get better 1%, 2%, 10% every day. Journaling will help you and keep you in the right direction. So you guys get that for free. TradingPioneers.net under resources. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Wow, look at that price level on oil there. Very nice. Thinking about UNH put spread. Nice, okay. I definitely wait for the, yeah, I was gonna say, definitely wait and spectate and wait for a real reaction or a real floor to sort of form. When I say real floor, what I sort of mean is if we're looking at something like on the daily, when we're rallying, we see that our rally phases out when we start to stall for 3, 4, 5 days. When we're trending to the downside, it stalls out when we stall out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, right? So we're looking for 3 or 4 days in a row of accumulating price action. My apologies. That way we're able to really see, are we stalling out here? And that's when we might be able to find a floor. Now, sometimes that could stall out and we could have a second leg. Like right up here, we had big red candle. We stalled out for 2 days. Some people probably thought we were buying here. But look down here, the volume didn't match this pullback, therefore we failed. Right over here, volume started to increase when we started to range. That's what we want to look for. So I do think at some point it will find a floor. There's definitely no chance it doesn't. It's United Healthcare. I don't think they're going bankrupt anytime soon, but what do I know? But yeah, market's open, guys. Let's check it. Let's get it. So ES, I was considering some longs down here in demand. Yes, sir, you got it. Or shorts. Where was I looking for shorts? Was up here, though. Some selling pressure. Again, I'm not looking for anything right now. Right now, middle of nowhere, right? I have demand down here, 58.76. I have resistance up here, 59.04. Same with NQ. I have support anywhere below 21.240 and resistance above 21.330. Looking at equities, let's see. Tesla selling off, Nvidia selling off, Amazon selling off. A little pullback on Meta. Apple new high a day. So Apple would be our relatively strong one, I would assume. Let's look at our relative strength list. Apple negative 0.36, trying to rally though. Look at that Microsoft too. Look at this. It looks like Tesla or Google would be our relatively strong one. So Google is selling off though this open. So equities are sort of chopping right now. I do like, there we go, Meta making new highs, Apple new highs. Equities are starting to flip except for Tesla Nvidia, and Amazon. That's pretty funny that the three I keep up here tend to trend together and three I keep down here tend to trend together. It's just the way it is. These are the sane stocks, right? Apple, Microsoft, and Meta. And these are the insane stocks: Nvidia, Amazon, Tesla. You guys remember, I don't know how long you guys have been trading for, but years ago when Amazon, before the stock split, $1,000, $2,000 a share. Crazy. Alright, I'm keeping an eye on NASDAQ up here. I'm definitely interested in shorts, but would have to see some selling pressure.
Check VIX real quick.
VIX is chopping. Half a second just to... Alright, so NAS I think just hit my zone. Alright, let's see. VIX trying to move lower. Equity's holding some strength here. Okay, Nvidia, Tesla, they flipped green. Amazon also found some buying pressure. I'm going to wait right here for the zone, guys. I'm just waiting right now. Oh, I like that sign of sellers right there. Alright, I'll put my limit order out for an NQ short. Let's see. No, I'm not doing that. Weighted index is pretty strong right here. So I would probably wait. I do like that we're trading against that previous day's low, and I'd much prefer to get a short inside supply than wait for it to react and try to chase it. Yeah, I'm gonna take a stab on these shorts here. See if we get filled somewhere up here. 54 seconds left. Hold up. Let's try to get in this. Alright. Filled in a short on NQ here, guys. Off the supply zone. Stop is a little deeper in, so if we do want to just flip bullish these last 40 seconds, I'm gonna just stop out for a small loss. Move my stop loss down a little more, because again, if that does happen, equities are pretty strong. We could pop, and then I'm going to use this zone as a support zone instead of resistance. But right now, we're trying to, yeah, it's some buying pressure in there.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, what's up, Moonshift? 17 seconds.
Fine and dandy. Yeah, fantastic.
Fantastic.
What was it? 21,380 is a possible short opportunity. I've been watching it throughout the London session, and it seems quite likely.
I'm not a fan of that 5-minute close on NASDAQ. I'm going to hold this. It'll either hit my stop loss or it will move in our favor. It's just the way it is. Looking like it wants to stop run, though. Stop loss is currently at 345. Some selling pressure trying to step in here. Just struggling. Oh, we could check our footprint. Footprint's probably going to hit my stop loss before footprint even loads in. Yeah, point of control moved higher. Not a fan of that. Probably had a positive delta on this candle too. Barely though, so that's sort of good. So I'm still in these shorts, guys. Did not hit my stop loss. There we go. Nice. Nice, guys. Beautiful. Equity's looking a little weak right here, too. There we go. Gives a little drop. Trap those longs. Beautiful. Oh, my goodness, guys. Amazing. Amazing, guys. It's just what we do. It's just what we do. Yes, sir. I'm going to get out right there in strength. I'm looking at this level here on Bookmap. That's why I'm out. I'm out. Beautiful scalp on NASDAQ. In and out. What's that? 26 to... Not too bad. 26 to 06. Quick 20-point scalp, guys. Love to see it. Now we wait. Because it could continue lower. If I was in multiple contracts, I'd probably still hold one at least. But I'm not. So I'm going to be patient. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yes, sir. That was a good one. Another reason I got out for a scalp is because I wasn't a fan of how this 5-minute close was very bullish, and it, you know, we could be pushing lower and then wick back higher in the last minute of the candle. We still have 3 minutes on this. We are hitting the supply zone, so again, this is a pretty clean short. Very nice entry. Wow, look at that, guys. Previous day session low broken on what's it called? On the weighted index too. This might continue. Let's see. I'm not jumping back in down here. Remember, guys, look at the session volume delta I mentioned too earlier. Mainly red while we have a lot of sellers right here. Let's see. I'm going to be patient now. Now I got to wait. I can only take shorts or longs at supply or demand right now. We are in the middle of nowhere. We just had a strong candle into this. I'm happy with calling that a scalp. That was fine. Because I kept my stop loss tighter because I was waiting for the reaction. Just a nice little scalp. I think it was a 2-to-1 it ended up. Not even. It was barely a 2-to-1, and that's okay because I had to adjust it to the current market conditions. My buyers stepped back in a little bit there, staying out of it. That's why I wanted a scalp, guys. I was not a fan of that. How this 5-minute closed, the recent 5-minute candle. Yeah, Brett, you looking at some crazy options on UNH? Oh, another thing I didn't like, guys, on NASDAQ was when we looked at our footprint chart, volume-wise, our point of control was moving higher for the time being. And because of that, again, that's sort of a bullish sentiment. I want to be careful with that. Amazon new low a day. Tesla wicked, no, Nvidia wicked off a new low a day. Apple new high of day. Meta back within its previous day's range using previous day low as support. We can see that. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. Apple made a new high a day. Amazon, oh, it didn't make a new low a day yet. It's got this big wick it's got to break. Nvidia did. Tesla did not yet. This is Meta trying to hold this dotted line as previous day's low. And Microsoft on VWAP. So again, these top 3 were stronger. Now Meta's selling off though. So we might be able to take this again to the downside here. I'm going to hop back in and sort of just like real tight stop loss. Like, if it doesn't go in my favor immediately, I'm out. That's the way I'm playing this one right here. Yeah, I'm not, no. No. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Gotta listen to ourselves, guys. It could continue. I do think it'll continue. Equities are looking weak, but I'll wait for that next 5 then. Apple rejection. Microsoft's still trying, though. There we go. Let's see, guys. Let's see. See if we get the selling pressure to the downside, guys. There we go. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Give us another drop. Another drop on this. Equities are selling off right now. Equities are selling off. Let's feel that on NASDAQ here. Nah, it's struggling. That's crazy. Wow. Let's see. I want to see these equities are weak. So I want to see if we can continue here to the downside. But look at that. Look at that. Equities are really trying to hold. They are not making it easy for these sells. We're coming back into 300. It was a key psych level, though. So we keep an eye for shorts to step in here. But really just be patient, guys. Wait for our levels. Wait for some higher probability setups. Let's see, guys. Let's get them sellers to step back in. But we're really wicky right now. We're very range bound at the moment. What's the VIX doing? VIX is trying to push higher, which is bearish. So again, I really need to see equities start to move lower. I want to see continuation away from the supply zone. Alright, let's see, guys. Let's see. I like that we keep rejecting this 300, 305 area. But at this point, we're just too range bound. We took that nice scalp off NQ, so we're going to wait. What's gold doing? Did gold give us that entry? No, gold did not wick lower. 15-minute, check our other time frames. 15 closes in 2.5 minutes, so I might wait for that 15 to close. Yeah, I might wait for that 15 to close. See that? Crazy. See if this wants to flip red here. Keep equities bearish. Nvidia bearish. Apple selling off on this candle right now. If the rest of equities sell, Nvidia new low a day. Amazon's just trying to hold, man. Other equities are also trying to hold, and that's what's making it hard for us to sell off here. Yeah, and Microsoft also trying to hold. A little hold on Nvidia there. Buyers trying to step in on Bookmap a little bit, but each time buyers stepped in, they are getting smacked down, but they keep trying to step in. Once sellers give up, buyers can possibly reverse this back higher. I'd want to see VIX is rejecting previous session high. I'm thinking it wants to break to the upside again. We got a minute 13 left on the 5. Let's see, guys. I'd much rather see continuation to the downside. I feel like a lot of buyers would be trapped, but we're not really building the best structure. 15-minute. We'll see. Yeah, no, not looking too good. Let's see. We'll wait on the 15 to close, guys. We got 52 seconds for that. Remember, I had ES. We have our gap fill. I was looking for gap fill up here. But ES didn't hit my support zone. I wanted support at 58.76 on ES. 30 seconds left for the 15 to close. And don't forget, guys, at 10 o'clock, we do have, what was it? Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report. Prelim. All right, let's see if we get back into supply on NASDAQ again. Because equities are pretty range bound. Microsoft new high a day. Equities are trying to range. That's crazy. We'll wait, guys. We'll wait. We'll let things sort of play out. We might be range bound because they're waiting for the Consumer Michigan whatever report. So we'll wait and see how we want to react here. Like, look at the weighted index trying to move higher. We can check the 15-minute time frame, see how we closed. We didn't really get the best basing candle for that. Getting some resistance here, but we don't want to be chasing shorts again. Seller stepping, buyer stepping. We're range bound right here. It's really not a good trade zone. Oh, everything's disconnecting. Discord, could you guys still hear me? Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Alright, awesome. Hey, good job, Ozzy. Yeah, I'm thinking we want to continue finally to the downside here. But we'll see. I'd like to try to get a short position in here. Oh, there's that weakness on the weighted index too. Careful not to short these lows. Wait for a pullback or something. Whew. Market's like, that's fine, I'll just go without you. No problem. Don't mention it. Damn, man. That was nice. I like that. Michigan consumer sentiment. Oh, it was on Friday? Oh, was I reading Friday? I'm so sorry. That is Friday. Who was that? Siva? You're a goat. You're a goat for pointing that out. Or else we would have been waiting for 10 o'clock and would have been out of trades. That's why community is amazing. That's amazing right there. I love you. Love it. Teamwork. That's what's up. I read that wrong, guys. Michigan consumer sentiment's Friday at 10. Today we had PPI this morning and retail sales. Do apologize on that. Very rarely does that happen, but I'm human. Yo, what a sell-off here on Nas, man. I want a pullback. Let's find an entry. Look at this low volume up here, 280s. Try this here. I've just been struggling to find continuation, but there we go. Weighted index, find some selling pressure. Microsoft selling off. Nvidia new low a day. Tesla new low a day. Give us another big drop here. Love this price action, guys. Love this. Want to see one more drop. One more fat drop. Weighted index getting weak again. Let's get ready. And get out into some strength there. I like those little moves. I like the moves that I know I'm gonna get in. Little to no drawdown. Scalp out. Autobots roll out. Alright, let's see bookmap a little wider here.
Somebody say scalp.
Yo, be good, Brett. Be good. Take care. There we go, guys. More shorts, just killing it right now, guys. Love it, love it, love it. We had the direction right all morning. We had that top tick short entry up here, guys. I had them shorts up here originally. That's crazy. You know, got out for a scalp. It is what it is. We got to be okay with the base hits. So over time, we get confident with what we know are base hits. Yo, is YouTube not running right now? YouTube, let me know if it's going. Oh, no, it does look like it's going. That's so weird, man. OBS is so outdated. Alright, let's check our footprint chart here. See where our volume profile is, volume footprint is, point of control and stuff like that. Look at this low volume up here. I'd really like to see if we can move back up there. Perfect. Selling imbalance right there. That's where I would like to enter shorts on NASDAQ. Ooh, weighted index looks like it might want to just keep trending lower. Let's wait. Let's wait. Microsoft's a little pop there. We want to, if we're looking for shorts, we want to enter on the pullbacks. This 280 area was a pretty good resistance area. 280 up here. Hey, YouTube guys, appreciate you. OBS can be outdated, but I love how free it is. Bro, you got that right. You got that right for sure. Restream is pretty good, but Restream comes with lag, and like you said, it ain't free. That's funny. I think NAS shorts. I'm not taking them. It's just, it looks good here, but it's choppy at the moment. A lot of equities are sideways at the moment. Yo, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Happy Thursday. There we go. Some shorts. We're going to start moving lower again. Let's see. We have some support here on Bookmap, so I'm not taking them just yet. I'd really much rather wait for some type of pullback into a better area. But looking at the 15-minute time frame, too, I also don't want to be chasing it because this 15 could be basing for a sell-off and then continuation. So if I'm looking for continuation on the next candle, I don't have to race or chase it on this 5. Weighted index, previous session low, lower than that. Let's see. I'm waiting, guys. Patience, patience, patience. All right, here's a pullback. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Low volume up here. I'm considering shorts soon. Let's see. I'll wait for a reaction, a strong sell reaction. Let's see. Hitting that order block. And take it there. Stop loss high of this candle. I'm back in a short. Ooh, buyers might take it. Stop loss is at 308.25. Want to see this volume continue lower. Want to see this volume remain weak is what I wanted to say. And it looks like it just got strong when I entered shorts. So I wonder if other people were either adding shorts there or getting long there. Minute 9 left. Want to see weighted index start to sell off too. It's gaining a little traction here. Moving my stop loss to 310.75. No, I'm not. 308.50. I don't want to play around with it. No. All right, yeah, fine. Stop me out. 50 seconds left on this. I wouldn't be entirely against getting back in if sellers came in. That's a big if. Big if. Let's see. Weighted index needs to start selling off. If not, then we were just going to stay range bound again. It's this weighted index chart that's throwing it. 16 seconds left on this 5-minute. I want to see Amazon push lower, Apple's pushing lower. All equities are holding higher except for Apple right now. So a little bit of a red flag on the shorts. It might stop onto the buy side if it wants to continue lower. So it might stop out buy side first, then continue lower. I'll be that stop out liquidity. That's fine. I'll stop out there if it does want to reverse. I won't trust it if it does reverse there. 15-minute closes in 4 minutes, so I would want this 5 to push lower. But right now, like I said, it's looking like buyers are trying their best to hold it here. I got a super tight stop loss on this right now. Entry 301, exit stop loss 312. Like a 10-point stop loss, Nas. It's looking like it wants it. Weighted index holding lows. Equity's finally looking a bit bearish. If Apple could start selling too, we are going to sell off pretty strong here. So I'm holding this, guys. Nice. Nice. That's what's up, guys. That's what's up. I'm gonna get out there. Again, just scalping
we
it.
got some minor news coming in at 10 o'clock here with the housing index and business inventories. Don't expect much in the charts from that, but we do. Isn't Trump speaking or talking with people right now? So be mindful of that.
Gotcha. Glad I got out. Definitely not liking this.
Michigan consumer sentiment. I don't see that.
That's tomorrow. I got that wrong. That's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Oops. I made a human technical error. I do apologize, guys. It won't happen again. Some sellers trying to step in here. Two minutes left on this. Everything's very choppy right now, guys, so we shouldn't be expecting a trend when the market's already proven to be choppy and range-bound right now. Do sellers look ready to step in? Yes. What happens when sellers look ready to step in? Buyers absorb it and we range-bound back higher. Ready? Watch what might happen here, what might not happen here. We're just chopping. We keep failing breakdowns. We're failing breakouts.
Keep testing that orb low.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have the orb marked out. Let's see. Yeah, we broke orb low on NAS and ES. Could probably look to wait and see. What time is it? It's 9:59. We could look to see the 30-minute. And we could wait for the 30-minute candle to close too. Because again, what we're doing at this point is we're being patient. We're waiting to see direction. We're letting the higher time frame develop to give us a better idea of where the lower time frame should be going, right? Sort of giving us that book map, giving us that footprint of the chart and of the price action. Alright, guys, let's see. Look at that. What I say? I said, look at what might happen, right? We're going to range bound. We shouldn't expect continuation, and that's exactly what we're getting right now. Choppy price action. Sellers keep failing. What do we see? Sellers keep failing. Alright, here's a 10 o'clock candle. Be careful here. Here's a new 30-minute. Here's some volatility. 30-minute basing on NASDAQ could possibly be bullish. 15-minute basing on ES could possibly be bullish. Equities, same situation, man. Tesla new low a day. Meta trying to hold. Microsoft double topped at a new high a day. And Apple at its low of the range. So I'd probably be looking for longs here. But everything's been range bound. The longs might fail too. The longs are like, nah, I don't know if we want to fail. Nice. Now be careful, because these breakouts have been failing lately, but it's 10 o'clock now, so sometimes the times changing can help us. There we go. Beautiful. Nice. Oh, man. Amazing. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to get out
Watching
of that.
347.
That was... Mwah. Love it, man. Love it. Love it. I love these NASDAQ market conditions. When NASDAQ's range bound, man, that's probably one of my top tier market conditions to trade. Range bound NASDAQ. Because it's volatile, but I hate when it's like 150 point volatile. That's like absurd. There we go. Buyers, man, stepping in with strength. Those equities been chopping all day. Sellers finally gave up. Amazon trying to push higher. Apple, bottom of its range. Said though, Microsoft sort of struggling up here. Nvidia finding a bottom. Same with Tesla at the previous day low. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. We're waiting.
At 347 and rejected pretty good.
Nice, dude. Let's see if we find some support here on NQ. Ooh. Oh, we did hit previous session low on weighted index. I wouldn't take longs on NAS up here, because again, we've been range bound. This big breakout here, a lot of people are going to be trying to go long up here. Let's be very patient. What's today, guys? Thursday? Trying to tell me it's not Friday yet? Oh, don't forget, guys, webinar. Big announcement. The webinar this Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern on Apex Trader funding. I was able to get a free Apex Trader evaluation code, so we will be doing a giveaway for that. So that's super cool, super exciting to do that. I should add that. I like that we're trying to find a floor here on NAS. Guys, we're either going up.
We're going down.
Thank you. God, make me wait. Bro, for a second I didn't know where we were gonna go. Yo, look at the weighted index ticker down here, guys. It's much weaker. If this was much stronger, I'd be buying longs on this pullback. But it's much weaker, so I'm thinking we might be hitting the supply zone to pull back again. ES also hit its open price. I'm trying to line up and see. ES and NQ divergence too. Look, this 1 hour supply zone, this is where I had, let's delete that. This is the 1 hour supply we shorted this morning. See if another short wants to play out again. Alright, let's see. Now I want to see us push into it really strong, find resistance, and sell off.
Hey, Randall, compare that to your side.
Which, sorry,
Pretty
did you
please.
post something?
Yes, I did.
He just posted something in main chat. Yo, Charlie Mike, I like the profile picture, man. That's funny.
That's Grumio from Plebs or Plebes. So that's a British comedy skit thing or whatever.
Nice.
You should look it up. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, so looking at it, are you on 40R? What are you on?
That's an 80. That's an 80.
80R, okay, that's what I was on. Let me just look at that.
Oh, shit. I think we missed our short entry on NAS. Let's see. Yeah.
Not this guy.
You know what, Random? You stream. You get on here. Hey, you know what?
I'm a scalper. I could talk crap all I want. You know? I'm like, you're like, oh yeah, what'd you take it for? Like 100 points? Like 5 points. You know? Yeah, I'm just setting myself up here. Oh. Yeah, you have like the way that you're diagramming it is perfect because you're just following like higher lows, right?
It filled me, I'm short.
Yeah, well, then the fifth line, right, on that wave would be north, but
yeah, you wouldn't want to be afraid of a pullback, right? Like,
this is going to be a scalp too, guys. We're not looking for a trend trade today. In short at supply, stop loss at the high. Looking for us to not fly. but I'm a little concerned on the buying pressure, especially at 35 level.
So you could see, yeah, perfect. So like you could see that it rejected just before it came down, consolidated, and broke that high. So what you're looking for is for it to come back in. Now, here's the thing with that, Charlie Mike, and like you got to understand, like nobody knows where the market's going, but when it comes back in, like with that consolidation, like you know how you did basically a zigzag up, like a 1, 2, 3 up so far. You don't want it to really break that because that's like bearish, and what it'll do is it'll just have continuation, like you have this downward line. Well, you really just want it to come in and bounce off that level for continuation up, or we're going to have a temporary bear from a scalping position, temporary bear situation.
Nice.
So you want to be trying to long if it's getting deep into that consolidation arm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I think that first leg I drew was wrong, right? Because that's actually from a different range time frame.
Well, that's 80 range, right?
Yeah.
I'm on 80. So you got you like your first line you went down. That's fine. So that's the high that it wants to break. So it comes down, comes up, and the last green candle, like you see the green candle, it rejects off of that. Boom. So it comes down, consolidates, right? That's fine. Consolidates, and then makes a high, breaks that high. That's what you want. But don't be afraid of it coming back into range. But when you have that much consolidation, you don't really want it to break because if it does, there's usually a continuation. From a scalping standpoint, you don't want to be like chasing that break, you know?
But you can still, it can still go either way, right? If you bounce and go north, like you're getting your setup, but you should also have another setup to go bearish as well, right?
Yeah, I'll draw it out here. So we have our break. That's what we wanted. We had our 1, 2 like that. 1, 2 like
Sorry,
this.
Kevin.
Yeah,
well, we're talking about this, like trading this level if it doesn't break. So I'll just draw that out 1 second.
Yo, the weighted index looks like it wants to continue lower, guys. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh, beautiful. It's gonna keep going. It's gonna drop again. I don't know, man. You can't chase it.
See how you don't want to chase that if it breaks? You see that? If it doesn't, then that's a good bounce, right? But you don't want to chase a break.
Nope.
We're extremely bearish down here. You see how bearish we are off of that?
Yeah, what I don't have right now is level 2, so that's
right. But you
just
see how
off
it's
the
all
chart,
bear down here?
Yeah,
if they're right, they're usually really right. Remember I say that all the time? So if it breaks, when the market's right, holy geez, are they right? And you don't want to get on the wrong side of that. So it broke that low. For me, it's a no trade right now. If I was thinking long, right? If I was thinking long, for me, it'd be like, I'm staying out of the way of all these shorts because if they get their way, I do not want to be counter trading that, right? So I'm just chilling right now.
Caught another piece of it.
That second line I drew down, so. Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Beautiful trades on Nas today, man. Just shorten the supply zone. Amazing. Just gotta trade that range. Whether you trade range candles, supply and demand, support and resistance, whatever you trade, as long as it helps you find the range of the market. Trade those ranges. Don't try to trade those breakouts. More times than not, like we see on days like today, those breakouts do not continue. When we see trend days, we're able to recognize them. When we see range days like today, we're able to recognize them. Phenomenal sell-off. Not even, and you know, it's funny, I'm saying phenomenal sell-off, it's just 50 points and it's not even a sell-off. This is range bound, but we're able to catch the highs, which makes it feel like we caught such a big move.
It was a pretty big buy up off of breaking that area, so I'm still chill, but yeah. A lot of shorts. You see how much shorts are down here?
Yes, sir. Let's see. A lot of sellers. Like, if we're looking at the session volume delta, too, all sellers since, like, 21,340. A lot of sellers. Yeah. Oh, that's below. Yeah. That's under our range, guys. It's in our range. We're just that good. It's just how we do. Look at this range, guys. Again, reason why we're not like holding any trades today is because we're not seeing continuation. We were trying to break out here. It reversed, it pulled back. Now it looks like we're trying to break down. We don't know if this breakdown is going to continue or range. What we do know is all day we've been ranging. So that tells me the odds are more in the favor of us ranging. So I don't want to trade against the odds. When it comes to trading, we're trading with probabilities. We want to trade with the probabilities, not against them. Alright, let's see. Now, as with some resistance here, but I'm thinking it's trying to squeeze through. There we go. Let's see. It's trying. Very range bound. Again, not much continuation in either direction. In fact, this big wick right here, it might look like we're reversing. And then everybody trying to buy this reversal, we might end up pushing lower again. Like, what I would do is I would check the footprint, and I would see where point of control is, and if point of control is down here on the wick, I'd look for us to continue. It's not. That's a tough spot right there, man. I personally think we want to go back lower. This market's too choppy. I'm above my daily goal. No more trades for me. If you guys take anything, just remember we're range bound. You want to be scalping today. You do not want to be buying in the middle or selling in the middle. You do not want to be holding for too long. It is a scalp kind of day today. I mean, every day is a scalp day. That's why scalping can be so successful, because it can be equipped to help you adjust and adapt to different market conditions. Yeah, exactly, Jay. We want to buy the high and sell the low. It's funny. I have a hat that says that. Buy high, sell low. It's like, I don't think that's right. So right here's that pullback into that 21,310 area. CVD trying to drop with this. Struggling though. I was looking for shorts on this. I'm past my daily goal. I'm not allowed to take any more trades. As traders, we have to follow every single rule in our system and our strategy, because that's what's going to keep us profitable and keep us in line. Once you start to not follow one rule, the rest don't matter. If I have a rule that if I take a losing trade, I have to wait 5 minutes, I have to wait 10 minutes, right? Whatever the rule may be, then I have to follow that rule. If I have a rule that I can only risk X amount per trade, I have to follow that rule. I can only risk this many trades. I could only, my daily drawdown, my daily target, whatever the rules are, have to follow them all. We have to be so systematic, and we have to really treat it like it's our job, like it's our business. And our trading system is our business model, right? My business model being supply and demand and order flow, volume profile, things of that nature. That's what I follow, right? Now, it's not just volume profile and supply and demand. It's, like I mentioned before, the risk management, understanding market structure, understanding all these different things. All these pieces get put together, and that's what helps form a good, consistent trader, right? And that's sort of what my goal is every day with these streams, is to show you guys, follow your rules, stay disciplined, follow your price levels, show up early every morning, No skimping out. Ever. The market's not going anywhere, but you're not going to be able to turn that stone and get better until you're ready to step out of your comfort zone and do something you're not already doing. Because if you're not in a better position in trading already, if you're not where you want to be in trading already, or you don't feel you're progressing at the speed you want to be, first off, journal that. Ask yourself right now, where are you in your trading? What is your strategy? You should be able to ask yourself, what's your strategy? Supply and demand. Simple, plain and simple. What's your strategy? Okay, then what's your system, right? Do you use volume profiles? Do you use previous day high and lows? Do you use VWAP? Do you use order flow? Do you use bookmap? Whatever your system along with your strategy is. How's your risk management? All these other questions that co-align. Once you're able to answer these questions strongly and stern with confidence, then you know you're building something with good structure. If you're second guessing some of these, then guess what? First off, I was able to rattle them off the top of my head. You guys should be able to do the same, but at this point, I don't expect that, and you shouldn't expect that either. I want you to write these all down. Write down what's my strategy, my system, my rules. Just follow them all. Write them all down and look at them. Keep them on your desk. And as markets develop, as things change, weeks go by, you could change some parts of your rules, right? That's part of adapting to changing market conditions. The market doesn't care. That's right, Jay. The market does not care about your feelings. The market doesn't even know you're there. Would you mind briefly explaining the trades you took, entry, stop loss, TP? Yo, you got it, absolutely. I'm sorry, I just saw your message now, and that's because you wrote in the live stream chat, and unfortunately, gotta love Discord, it doesn't notify me for that. It'll just put a little dot next to it. But I keep market chat open if you want to type in here where like Signet and they all post. I keep that up. But yeah, so the reasons for my entries today, right? So we took the first short entry was this one right here. And we took that one for a scalp. And if you want, this session was recorded. You will be able to go over the replay too. But we took this short on NASDAQ. And the reason I took this short on NASDAQ here is for a few reasons. One, we have our 5-minute candle here on the weighted index. Now, I use the weighted index as a form of confirmation too. So when I'm looking for an entry, I want at least 2 or 3 confirmations, right? So we had the weighted index was trying to reject the previous session low, which is bearish. I also had the NASDAQ in an hourly supply zone, and I also had some divergence too. So the ES, I don't think ES was struggling at that high. NASDAQ broke that high. So scrap divergence, no divergence. But we had the weighted index as 1. We had supply zone, which was 2. And I also, at this point, I did have the VIX in this key area. So I was expecting a reversal on VIX. It was also hitting that previous session high. So I was expecting VIX to move higher, which it was moving higher. That helps with our short bias, right? A bullish VIX is bearish on ES and NQ. So once I noticed that, and I noticed that price has been struggling into this supply zone, I took that short, anticipating and looking for the range-bound price action, and I also had this broken supply zone here. Now, when I have a broken supply or demand, if it was just broken today, a lot of times that will work as a support or resistance zone. So because I noted that we had very choppy price action today, the trades I was taking, as for entry and stop loss and stuff, so the entry on this short position on NASDAQ, again, was in supply. The stop loss was a little above. I kept it above because what I look for is I look for sellers to step in with some strength, right? Now, this was at 9:35, so we'll go back to 9:35, and I'll show you what we were seeing. So I saw this level right here on Bookmap. This was a strong level of passive sellers. They got absorbed and we broke through. But buyers were failing to bring us higher once price got above this 21,325. So once we started failing, and that's right, I have my supply zone at 331. So once I saw buyers got weak up here and sellers started getting a bit more aggressive, that's what gave me the confidence to take this short and look for a quick move to the downside on the NASDAQ. So that was the first short position. The second one, I believe there was a scalp somewhere in here on this break. Now, scalps, obviously what I'm looking for on that is I'm looking for something like Let's see. So like we had good momentum going lower, right? So if we're getting good consistent volume bubbles to the downside, at least on Bookmap, what that usually shows is that we can probably see some follow through. Now I was also looking at equities at that point. Equities play a huge role into my positions on ES and NQ. So like right now Microsoft's at new high a day. Meta's range bound but at a low. Tesla's trying to move higher too. Nvidia's trying to move higher. Amazon's trying to move higher. Equities all seem bullish now. So I'm going to look for shorts if we hit the supply zone again. Now at this point, what I see is we rejected supply once. We broke back into it. We rejected it again. And now we're going to break back into it again. And each time we sold off, the sell-off was weaker than the last. This was our first move lower. Then we moved even higher into supply. And we failed to sell off again. Now I'd look to see if maybe we want to go towards that new high a day on NASDAQ, 21,346. Let's see, oil, wiki. Gold did not give us that price entry either. Gold's been chopping its way higher. Gold might continue. That might be a pretty nice trend trade today for gold. Look how it's currently trading. Been trading against the volume average high all day while volume's been increasing too, which is fantastic. Could possibly look for this fair value gap entry right here. Could add alert. And that could be something on gold. Guys, YouTube guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. I want to see you guys run that up a few more likes, and I'll stream again. Tomorrow's Friday, so I will be live again Friday. Cool, man. I think we hit every day this week. Very cool. I'd love for gold to reverse from down here and start moving higher. That would be great. Especially if markets remain range bound and choppy. Alright guys, let's see. Not much going on. Not much going on. Markets have been choppy. It's only 10:26, guys. Only 10:26, and we're already, in my opinion, done for the day. But hey, guess what? Listen, everybody might be thinking that, right? So when everybody starts thinking that, everybody starts walking away from their computer. What's the market like to do? Rally. Rally or trend. We've had some pretty weak volume today. Very no follow through. And look, if we're looking at the 5-minute chart and we look back to previous days where yesterday was also choppy, we have even less volume than yesterday in the open. Volume analysis is super important, guys. Whether you use Bookmap, you use TradingView, you use Ameritrade. I almost called it TD Ameritrade. Schwab. Webull, I think Webull also has volume analysis, right? Don't they have level 2 in time and sales and stuff? I believe so. But I wouldn't take anything here, guys. This is a no trade zone. Does anyone trade futures on Webull? I believe you can. You could also trade futures on, what's it called? Robinhood. You can trade futures on Robinhood now. How crazy is that? You think when they added it, they were like super hyped to liquidate everybody? I know you can't, but does anyone use it? Oh, yeah. It's a good question. Guys, anybody here? YouTube, you guys let me know in the comments. Discord, you guys let me know in the chat. Let me and Jay know. Does anybody here trade futures on Webull? Let's see. Now for the day. Oh, good stuff, random. It seems cluttered and wonky. Anyone else's thoughts? Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think so. Ask Jeremy if he has. I know he's a big Webull user, but I don't know if he's ever traded futures with them. Why, are you looking for a futures broker? Or you already have Webull and you're looking to see? Webull wobble. That's really funny, Kevin. That's crazy funny. Webull wobble. United Healthcare stock still plunging. It's plunging to its CEO's death right now. Wow, at 255. That's crazy. Yeah, Ninja Trader, they acquired Tradeovate a couple of years ago now, but they just recently, I think this past year, really integrated everything, where literally if you have a login for one, you can log into the other. It's pretty wild. I think, who was it? Somebody purchased something. Wasn't it, man, what's it called? Kraken. Kraken purchased... Oh man, what was it? I gotta see. Kraken purchased some futures broker.
Ninja.
Was it Ninja?
Yeah.
It was Ninja.
I know Ninja's got purchased. That has to be Kraken. So.
Yeah.
And they got, obviously, Tradeovate goes with them. So.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, that's absolutely. That's wild, man. Kraken was a Forex, not Forex, crypto. They are crypto. Show you guys what Kraken is. I follow them on Instagram because it's like, yo, I gotta follow that. They're gonna make that big of a stance. But Kraken, the crypto platform, it's like they don't even promote futures. But that's huge that they do now. Quarterly trading volumes, 207 billion, 15 million clients. That is insanity. Oh yeah, let's do Kraken. Purchase. Ninja Trader. Wow. For 1.5 billion. Do you think that's enough, guys, for a futures broker? 1.5 billion. What's that? Pocket change for some. Yeah, it's really funny. Yo, you guys are, you know what? You guys are turning into me. I was about to say I have some of that in my couch cushion over here. That's so funny, man. That's great. Oil with that rejection lower. Oil's actually rejecting VWAP and this point of interest that was support for a while. This could be a nice short position on oil entry right here. But I'm not taking it. Look how range bound NASDAQ is still trading, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to wrap the stream up early. Got a little bit of a packed day today. Hope you guys all have a phenomenal day as well, though. Catch some trades if you can, if the setups present themselves. If not, please do not force a rush into anything. It's never worth it to try to chase a trade. You know, when you chase a trade, you really have to think, where's your stop loss on this? And if you think your stop loss is going to be somewhere way up here, it's probably not the best trade. If you think it's going to be somewhere over here, where markets can notoriously wick up to, might not be a good idea either, right? When we start chasing, that's more of a 50-50, and we're not trading with probabilities. What? Some good selling pressure, that's for sure. And sellers have been active all day, so only direction I'd really be looking for at the moment would be down. But again, look at the volume. Even if you don't have any like fancy volume indicators, book map trading view, like premium and stuff, just the volume bars down here, look how the volume's been declining while we've been moving lower. Volume should always be increasing when price is moving in one direction. Yo, what's up, Dusty? He's not in here. I'll send a screenshot. I'll do some TA on UNH because everybody's looking for it right now. And why fight that trend, right? Wow, UNH, man, really is just falling out the sky. That's wild. I haven't seen something like that in a while, especially on a strong company like you would assume something like United Healthcare. Trying to get a good little range up here. Nice, nice, nice. Yo, that is crazy. I might, wow. Wow. I might have to look at this on the weekly time frame to do this analysis. That's how wide this trend has been. You want short UNH, but I don't know when? Yo, man. I think the short happened, dude. 57%, $340 to the downside from 600. That is insane. UNH has just been falling. Oh, where's that range I had? There it is. I gotta turn that on so it's visible on the weekly.
Hey, Kevin, just wanted to let you know that I have tried futures on Webull and Robinhood, and I like Webull.
You do like Webull. Okay. Yo, Jay, you hear that? He's... Polto's traded options on Webull. You alright? And he likes it. How is it? How's like entry, exit, and stop loss and stuff?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I like it just because you can use the hotkeys, which is like really helps with the speed.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, hotkeys always make things like 100 times easier.
I mean, that's just comparing Robinhood to Webull. I haven't used any others, so that's all I have to compare.
Okay. Have you tried any like prop firms before?
No, I've looked into it a little bit, but just haven't really gotten around to it. But yeah, it is intriguing.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, well, if you want, join the webinar this Saturday, 6 p.m. Get a chance to win one.
Sounds good.
Plus, obviously, I'll be teaching about it, you know, what prop firms are, how you could trade them, all that fun stuff. I'll even have...
Good sales, for sure.
I got you guys. I have a video recorded already on how to link your Trade08 to TradingView after you get your account with Apex. But I can't really do that live, so what I'll probably do during the webinar, which is tomorrow, it's right? No, today's Thursday. I keep thinking it's Friday. Saturday webinar. What was I saying? I'll just play that video during the live stream to show you guys how it works. That way, again, this webinar, I want to cover like any question anybody has on Apex. Alright guys, United Healthcare, UNH. UNH is how far off the highs? Okay, user price. I love this tool lately, guys. Whenever I do my analysis videos, I use this price range tool. You measure it from the high, and you drag it down to wherever we are right now. Over 60%. Wow. United Health is currently trading over 60% down from its all-time highs. Oh, got a gold alert. That might be an entry for gold. Probably the pullback we were looking for. Yup. Here, you guys can take a look at that if you want. Get gold back up on here. Now, because of the selling pressure, I would need to see some kind of reversal after this big sell bubble, and that would give me confidence on the longs off of this zone. If we don't get that, then the selling pressure will most likely just give us some continuation. Alright, UNH. Wow, 187 next key level. 250 is a key psychological level. It's currently trading between key levels 250. Well, it hit right now. It's at 254. So 250 to 300. All signs are pointing to further downside. Where do you think UNH is going? Alrighty. Alright guys, let's see. Oil, also range bound. Glad we didn't take that short on oil. NAS is still trying to push lower here, guys. Struggling. It's struggling at the orb price on ES and NQ. Alright guys, let's see. Very choppy, very choppy. Not much new there, guys. All morning today. All morning today. ESNQ has been chopping and range bound. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to wrap the stream up here because I do believe we might just stay a little range bound. And I don't want to keep us, you know, anticipating, looking for that breakout. When we see that markets are chopping or range bound or not giving us good market conditions, we have to be able to say, okay, get up, close the laptop, close the computer, close whatever you're trading on, and go about your day. Our goal in trading isn't to make money. Our goal in trading is to have the freedom of time to do what we want throughout the day. So take advantage of it, right? Market conditions are poor. I'm out. Alright guys, I hope you guys all have a great day and had a good trading day. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Later, everybody.